Welcome to Darling Stadium. LSC, your local sports network, brings you 6A South playoff. 8-2 Kecoughtan Warriors are hosting the 7-3 Western Branch Bruins. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Hintz, along with Brent Musgrove. We got Frank Edgar doing stats. Steve Fry and Wube Gabriel on the cameras. Tonight's dig is brought to you by our catering sponsor, the Grey Goose. Also, Doug Walder, attorney at law, and Dave Chubb and Terry McLemore are giving us our Player of the Game shirts. Welcome, Brent. Glad to be here tonight.
Well, I'm glad.
And let me, before I get started on anything, want to thank you. You went out of your way to make sure we did tonight's game, and want everybody to know, when you make up your mind to do something, I'm with you.
Well, it wasn't me. It was Doug Walters, the one that made this possible, and our whole TV crew made this thing possible. I want to thank Andy Foley and everybody involved for finding a way to make this thing take place. And it's for Kecoughtan. I couldn't imagine any better thing to do their first round in the playoffs in 11, 12 years, whatever it is.
11 years, yes.
And we get to come down here and do this game. What a privilege. My wife is so tickled. You know, she graduated Kecoughtan.
Well, I thought she might have a little incentive there.
Well, she's one of the few people in our family who graduated, and she graduated from Kecoughtan, so I mean, it was really good.
Well, we're watching the play out there. Let me give you our officiating crews from the Peninsula District, and it looks like the Western Branch is going to receive the ball. Yep, they won the toss receiving the ball. The referee is Bill Dozier, the umpire George Adamowski, my buddy. Linesman Mick Hartzheim, the line judge Mike Mann, side judge John D., field judge Scott Davis, and back judge Mike Mitchell.
That's John Deck, the EC.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry,
my
John
handwriting.
Deck.
That's my handwriting.
I read what I see.
I do everything. You know, it's quite a little group to gather here in this place. There is no heat, folks. So if you're at home when you're watching this game, be thankful. We are dressed up like we're working in the hood out here tonight.
We'll talk a little bit about offense for their Western Branch Bruins. Quarterback is going to be Devon Mathis, who is brought up from the JV. The regular quarterback is nursing an injury. The wideouts Corey Gray and J.C. Barrio. Fullback Malak Owens. Two tight ends, Maurice Davis and Theron Morrison. Tackles are Michael Cage and Savon Majette. Guards Don Lanier and Josh Culberson. And the center is Eric Bowe.
We're getting ready for kicking to line up here. We'll get into their defense in just a minute once they get set up.
Talk a little about the kicker.
Well, yeah, I just want to give you all a surprise, folks. We thought we had lost Chase Thomas for the year due to a bad injury, and it turns out it was just much less serious than we thought, and we're tickled to have him back tonight. A little bobble back on the 10-yard line. Let's see if it makes a difference. And he makes it up to about the 15, 18-yard line. But
yeah.
Maybe a little bit cold out there, Bob. You don't want to handle it.
He fumbled that ball, and sometimes if you notice that will fall right into a returner, everybody comes in close, he makes it to the outside, but there was no way for him to go there. Kecoughtan and get a good job.
They boxed him in on that sideline. He did a good job.
Who we got on defense?
Well, while we got a chance, and Kecoughtan's coming out there at tackles, we got Olivis and Goodwin. At ends, we got Hollis and Chris. At linebackers, we got Taylor, Bennett, and Carrera. At cornerbacks, we got Tucker and Rosado. Strong safety is Edwards, and weak side safety is Elijah White.
Now, Western Branch will come out of that wing T formation.
Now,
if you look at what Kecoughtan's got to look at tonight, they played against us when they played Woodside. Woodside plays the same things.
It's not the first time they've seen this.
Right, and that's got to be an advantage to them.
Well, it's got to help Kecoughtan. Now we got to see if Western Branch, if they can run a little bit better, that could make a difference. But
right now we know that the regular quarterback is not much of a passer, but they say this guy will pass a little more than the other one. he just did a great job following his blockers that time, and that's number 3. Number 3 will carry the ball more than anybody else.
That's great, yeah. He's, but like you said, if you watch that, he just got in behind his blockers, and until somebody got them out of the way, he stayed right on their heels, Bob.
And you got those wing backs, and I tell you, those 2 wing backs just do a great job of following the big end. But look how tight they are in there. I mean, that line is in there real tight. It's hard, no gaps.
Nobody on the wide receiver at all, and they're just running power. That's all they're trying to do. It's just running power.
Yep.
That was a good stop by Kecoughtan. I think they held him to about 3 yards, Bob. But Kecoughtan is going to have to watch the guards. That's usually the secret to a wing tee, where the guards pull gives you an indication of what you're facing.
I'm trying to catch the numbers. Kecoughtan's numbers not going to be easy to read tonight. Not for me, anyway.
Well, not for any of us. They've got that green on green uniform with that little white trim tonight. Here we go, 2nd down.
Number 3 again. It follows.
I'll tell you, they're moving the ball, Bob. 2 plays in the 1st down on 2 series so far.
Well, the first play is picked up a yard or 2, and the second one picks up enough for the 1st down.
Let's see how Kecoughtan can. I know they've been working on it all week. I know they've been looking at what Woodside did.
Well, and you notice that every play now so far has gone off to the right side, left side of Kecoughtan's defense.
Left side halfback has gone around and taken the ball. There it is
Number
again.
3 again. Saying, hey, we've seen Mike Smith do this. If the play is working, run it until they stop it.
It's the old saying, don't fix it till if it ain't broke.
If it ain't broke, don't mess with it. Absolutely.
If you're picking up 5 yards a pop and you get 3 chances to do it, that gives you a good opportunity to get 1st downs.
I'm going to try to pick up some of the defensive stops here.
Well, we coming here big time tonight. Right now, Western Branch seems to be doing what they want to do. That's Mr. Green, who's carried the ball 5 times already for 32 yards.
Okay.
That was number. No, that was Corey Gray again. That's number 3. Yeah,
And that
5
was
carries.
Gregory Bennett, number 8, was in helped on the tackle. There was somebody else on it, but those numbers are not easy to read.
That's the first time they've got it. Kecoughtan's gotten into a 3rd down, Bob. Let's see if they can.
This is the first 3rd down they've got. Well, now, if you look at these 2 teams, Kecoughtan is 8-2, and they're 38th in the state. Western Branch is 7-3, and they're 31st in the state. I don't understand that, but that's.
Well, they usually try to rate that on what they believe are conference strengths, I think.
First time they've gone to the left, it looks like they picked up the 1st down.
Yeah. But
56 for the Warriors made that tackle that time.
Carlos
Kerry
Barris.
Hollis.
It was Gene Carlos Barris that carried that ball that time. So they're moving the ball.
Well, that's 3 1st downs in a row they've gotten, and it's been nothing but grind out. If you can do that, why do you want to put the ball in the air?
Don't have to.
Absolutely. Okay, they did a good job that time. Number 7 for the Warriors, Taylor, turned that ball inside.
Well, and not only that, but if you saw the end from behind the runner, he just chased him right. As soon as he broke right behind the runner, come in behind the tackle. So the end from the far side just came right in behind the runner. Let's see if Kecoughtan can turn that first play into something, because they've gotten at least 4 yards on the 1st down play every time up until now.
.23 gets it this time, and he's a little scat back. Wow.
Yeah,
it looked like a fumble, but they got the ball back.
Pickup of about 17 yards on that play, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Number 23, the ball carries for Western Branch Bruins, and he has picked up another 1st down for the Bruins.
So far, Western Branch I hope this is going to be at least one of those Hampton Kecoughtan games where they take turns scoring.
Yeah.
All marked up in the Warrior 22.
He gave it to the fullback right up the middle. First time they've gone, tried up the middle.
No, 17 is the quarterback.
56 was the Hollis was in there again. Yeah, 22 is the one that came in and ran that ball that time and picked up a yard.
That was Malik Owens that came in and jumped in at that fullback slot. Now they're going back to the wing T again. Did you see what the end on the far side for Kecoughtan did that time, Bob? He stepped in. He didn't wait. He crossed the line to try to force the play back inside.
You want to push it back there where you've got some blockers or some tacklers, and they only picked up maybe a half a yard at the most that time. So we got 3rd and long. This is the first third and long.
Last time they picked up 16 on this. I'm not trying to be naysayer, but this little scat back over here on this side.
If you talk about a passing situation, this is where they could do that, but they're going to run it. And it looks like he's going to be short.
It's going to be 4th and about 5, I think, or 4.
Yeah, because they're going to spot it at the 15, so I don't know what kind of kicker they've got. But they may go ahead and go for it.
Looks like they're going for it.
Yeah. Either that or they may try to pull them offside. You know, that's one of the things that Mike Smith likes to do. Change the cadence. They've only kicked 1 field goal all year.
Got the first down.
He got it, yeah, because they had to get to the 10, and they got it.
Well, it is 1st and goal from the 10.
Barrios has picked up a Bruins. First down.
All right.
At the 10 of the Warriors.
It's quite an interesting situation for Kecoughtan. This team has got good size, and Kecoughtan's having to rely a little bit more on quickness, Bob, than they usually do.
But this is just power football, Brent. Nothing but power football. He just cut that right in. The quarterback pitched the ball, then threw a block, and he were right off his tail right up the middle.
Well, Frank, quite a drive, quite a demonstration by Western Branch for their first possession of the game. I'd like to see Kecoughtan be able to respond and impress them as well. But that was about a...
Oh, that was a real high snap, but they got
nice
it up
kick.
and good.
And he's got plenty of leg, too, I'll tell you that. Well, for the first drive for Western Branch, Bob, it took 6 minutes and 55 seconds. And Frank's got the rest of it for you.
Four different Western Branch Bruins carried the ball that time. The big horse was Corey Gray, and he comes out halfway through the drive. He carried it 6 times for 35. Keith Briner scored the touchdown 4 times for 28 yards. Barrios 3 times for 15 yards, and Owens had 1 yard on 1 carry. 14 plays total in that drive. Pretty methodical.
And never even thought about going to the air, either when it was 3rd down and 9 and 4th down and 5. Pretty confident.
They're running power game, and they figured they can pick up 4 to 5 yards every time.
And so far they've been able to do that pretty regularly.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how Kecoughtan responds.
Well, now remember that they beat Bethel High School first game of the season. They beat them 54 to 14.
Well, while we're waiting for this to set up, I'll get partially into the privilege of doing tonight's game, first round of the playoffs, and first game for Kecoughtan in 12 years or whatever it was to come up here and do a playoff, and we get to do it, and partially because of a special sponsor that stepped forward, a Kecoughtan High graduate.
We'll talk about that right after this kickoff. It's unreal what Walters has done, Doug.
Yep. Nice kick. Oh, face mask.
Man, I tell you,
did he throw a flag?
Run.
I didn't see a flag. He sure didn't throw a flag on that, Barb, did he? But it looks like he grabbed his face mask, didn't it?
That's Victor Mitchell. Boy, he's tough to bring down. Talk a little bit about Doug.
Well, we had a situation come up about doing this game tonight, and we needed to raise a little bit more funds to make it possible because of what's the requirements to meet what the different sections ask us to do. And Doug, being a Kecoughtan High graduate and a former player of the game in 1991 in basketball, he stepped up and made this possible. And he sponsored this game. Yeah, he's got to break it free. He sponsored this game with a nice check to the Division VI to make it possible for us to be able to do this game.
Our hats off to that young man.
Doug, thank you. He's an attorney at law out of Kecoughtan High School. I'd expect that. Those guys over there, they come out
Well, I
pretty
wonder
clever.
if he still has his player of the game shirt.
I don't think it fits. I don't want to be cruel here, but
Maybe we could be at a double X and get it over
I'll
to
get
him.
him a new one. I'll guarantee you that. Can make that happen. You can hear the people talking here in the background to us. There's a flag over there on the other side went down. I don't know what it's for. Good pickup by Kecoughtan. But Doug, we want to thank you. And for you people, just to let you know, Kecoughtan graduate, 1991. He's an attorney at law. And he works right here in Hampton on Settlers Landing Road. He's good. He does family practice. He does criminal practice. He does family practice and criminal and any kind of legal work you need. If he can't do it, he's got people that can do it.
Well, that's great. That was Victor Mitchell on that carry, wasn't it?
He's located at 544 Settlers Landing Road, and we'll talk about it more a little bit in a minute.
Well, I tell you, my hat's off to that young man.
Well, you had a good idea. I think I will. I've got a player of the game shirt that might fit him.
Let's get him one. Absolutely. He deserves it.
I don't know if Courtney, his wife, will let him wear it, but we'll get him one.
Well, give it to Courtney. Looks like that'd get enough to pick up the first down.
Yep, get first down. That's what they needed. Now that's what Western Branch is going to see from Mr. Mitchell tonight, and then they follow him on Mr. Fugate, who when
I was
they get
going
down.
to say if Mitchell doesn't do it, watch out for Fugate, because both of those guys impressed the dickens out of me. They're not huge, but from the waist down they are big, and you can't arm tackle any of them.
Well, we say Fugate's 5'6", 170 pounds, and no, which one is one of them? Is Mitchell's 5'6", and Fugate's 5'10", something like that. Oh, he has gotten nailed. He got nailed. He didn't see that
Number
coming.
21 for the Western Branch. That's the strong safety. Armand Jones come in there untouched.
Yeah, he just let the receiver go and counted on his corner to pick him up.
Pick him up.
And broke straight for the.
And
Savage was looking the other side instead of looking this side.
Desmond did not know he was coming.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he held on to the ball.
Yeah, he never saw it.
We got about 18 yards.
All right, let's second. We've seen him pick this kind of yardage up before. That's Carrera.
Picked up about 8 on that time.
It was that Nick that picked that up. I can't get the numbers, Bob. Can you get them?
Yeah.
Could you tell who caught that?
Number one picked that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Caleb Tucker.
Well, we talked about this last time they played Phoebus, how many more receivers that Coach got involved in this passing game. 3rd down and 11.
We got a flag or what?
We got a flag. Illegal procedure. Not enough people on the line.
They didn't cover up the tackle. You got to cover him up.
That's what it is. Thank you for. I don't get that stuff sometimes. I get lost in all the rules.
Well,
I thought I knew football, but.
Well, you thought they threw a blanket over and cover him up?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. They got to cover him up.
Walk him, at least talk to him. See, should just Well, that's going to bring up fourth down and about, sort of spotted.
About
15 yards.
Maybe, yeah, 14.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite in range. That would be a 40, be a 45, 50, 52-yard field goal.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see that.
No.
We're going to
Timeout for
going to take a timeout. Well, they want to talk about two people want to talk about David Chubb and Terry McNamara.
Absolutely.
You talk to them. You get the T-shirts from them. Talk a little bit about what he does for us.
They have been doing it, Bob, since before I ever got involved, and you've known these people for 30 years. Since the 90s. But Tidewater Team Sports have been supporting our local channel when it was 5.29, now 48.
Yes.
And they do that in so many ways, but one of the ways they do it is they supply us with shirts, and when we pick players at the games, they give the shirts to them, and we deliver them when we pick them, and it just makes it so much nicer for these kids. We delivered 12 shirts last week to players at the game so far for the regular season.
That's amazing, and I've known Dave Chubb for a long, long time, and he told me he would be glad to do that. So, you know, what else can I say? And I want to thank the Gray Goose.
Oh, my
What
Lord.
a great thing they have down there. Southern Harmony is spectacular. It's a 3-course dinner. The show, $35. It's going to be in December, 3 weeks in December. Give them a call at 723-7978. And it's a Merry Christmas, darling. That's Phil and Dana Epstein, the owners.
Do it low. Didn't get his arm into that pass, Bob. He's talking about the Grey Goose. They supplied us some ham biscuits tonight. I don't know how many people got them. I don't care. I got a couple. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I didn't tell you before when we talked about the Grey Goose. They're Brunswick stew and ham biscuits. So tonight they sent us those pineapple salads. You had one of those.
That pineapple salad was good, but I'll tell you what I like down there is the chicken salad.
Oh, they got
Great
good chicken salad. And barbecue. So far, what we're finding out is that Mr. Carrera is not playing tonight, or he hasn't played so far. And
no word on him, so
that's going to be an interesting thing for us to follow and see what the story is. Maybe we'll get to find out from the coach.
Number 3, Gray again on the carry, picked up maybe a yard. Kecoughtan's going to have to either make a stop here, get a turnover, something like that, get back in this game. They were moving the ball, and then that blindsided
the
quarterback Desmond Savage got blindsided and lost about 8-9 yards, and they were in the hole from then on.
Yeah, you're talking about the Grey Goose, and we'll get back to it. They have a 3-weekend special Christmas show, and it starts on the 5th of December and goes Friday,
Right.
Saturday, Sunday on the first weekend, and then the next 2 weekends it's Friday and Saturday. So give them a call. I'm going to tell you what, if you want
We've been down there.
we've been down there, and if you want a nice evening entertainment, take the wife and the kids or whatever and go down there and enjoy a good evening and good food. I can tell you that. It's like going to grandmama's house. They got those little wicker chairs, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like going to grandmama's house and sitting in the kitchen, and the food's just as good as at grandma's. So that penalty hurt Kecoughtan quite a bit. They had looked like they had put a stop
got a
on
penalty against the Warriors. Face mask, 15-yarder.
And that really hurt
George
the Warriors.
Adamowski, my buddy, marked the ball down for play. He's the umpire. He's the one that's got to stand there with the ball. And I asked him, playing behind that defense, is it dangerous? And he says, sometimes you get knocked down. Sometimes the ball's coming right at your head.
Yeah, we got the opportunity
But
to work.
being agile on his feet. Wow.
Well, we have the benefit of listening to the coaches for Western Branch over here next to us. I don't know if you can hear them on our headsets, but they're looking at Kecoughtan's setup on each defense and talking about what the play should be able to do. And so far, Western Branch has been able to pretty much move the ball at will. That penalty really hurt Kecoughtan because they had him in a 3rd down and about 8 or 9,
Right.
and which is the situation you were looking for.
And, you know, then you can play a little tighter. And you notice Kecoughtan is creeping up. They got 8-9 men up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Looks almost like Lake Taylor, doesn't it?
Yeah. He was caught from behind, tripped up from behind.
Well, that's what Kecoughtan started doing at the end of that last drive, was they would bring whichever end the runner took off from, he just follows the runner and tries to catch him in the back of the hole.
Well, we got the end of the first quarter.
Well, Frank comes out 7-0, Bob, after one. And Kecoughtan so far was moving the ball.
And you notice how fast this quarter went because there's no passing except for Kecoughtan.
Gray.
10 carries, 54. So he's averaging 5.4 yards a
carry at this point, yeah.
I don't think you want to give me all those, did you?
Ladies and gentlemen, while we got this little break, I'm looking at my buddy Bob. You can't see him, but I'm going to give you a description. He went to
You can see me. If we painted this red, I'd look like Bozo.
You'd be working Christmas with Rudolph, I'm telling you. Bob's got a big old patch on his nose where he's had a little bit of a skin problem, but I'm telling people he went in for his 100,000-mile checkup and they put a new breather on him. Because I'm telling you, he's got this big honker on his nose.
And they were hard 10,000 miles, too.
He's got this honker on his nose. And it came off on him today, and he didn't know what he was going to do and had to call a friend over to get it taken care of.
Oh, wow, okay.
Well, we have a situation. I don't know. We'll just leave that alone, I think.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Western Branch is getting.
You don't think? Okay. All right, now we'll watch them go from our left to the right this time, talking about Western Branch. And he's just looking for a seam. There was no seam that time. The big boy. God, I wish I could see the numbers.
That looked like the same play that they went for a touchdown on, where he pitched it back to him that time instead of handing it off.
That looked like number 75 for the Warriors. Nico Thompson made that stop.
Well, I'm going to try to pick something up with these binoculars, but like you say, those numbers are hard, very difficult for both teams, actually. You see that on the screen.
Ball goes 35. And you got the first down?
Yep. And when you watch the play, these people, when they get to see this on television, you'll see the runner's taken off, getting in motion, and the ball's just flipped to about a quarterback, and the quarterback even gets a chance to block.
Yeah, that was J.C. Barrios, the one that carried the ball that time. Him and number 3, Gray, are going to be the two main guys carrying the ball tonight. But I noticed the quarterback will throw a block.
Oh, yeah, after he flips the ball. There he goes through the hole.
He's looking for somebody to block, but I think he didn't look real hard that time.
I think he was comfortable with the hole in front of him. He didn't have to hit anybody. This going to bring up, what, third down or second down? Second down?
Yeah.
They're picking up yardage at $5 yards a pop, like you said. What'd I say, $5 a pop?
Well, $5, 5 yards. All comes out in the wash. That 35 moved
well, they had his legs.
The hair before, but he's going backwards, so I guess it's okay.
It's legal as long as he's going away from the line. Yep, 35, and they had him by the ankles in the backfield, on the line of scrimmage, and just couldn't make the tackle.
Now we got it, but see, this is 3rd and 4, but they're not going to kick the ball. They're not going to go for field goal. This is 4-down territory for them.
Absolutely.
And you can't blame them.
No, not the way they're moving the ball. Yeah, they've only kicked one field goal, didn't you say, Frank? It looked like a...
Well, that's 4th. Didn't make it.
Well, I don't know if it was a penalty there, and I didn't see a flag. Okay. I was looking through the binoculars. I could see the right guard for Kecoughtan just come right across the line as the play happened, and he was quick across that line.
What number was that?
The right guard for Kecoughtan. As soon as the ball was snapped, he took an angle toward the quarterback just to plug up the hole in the middle. So it's 4th down, Bob. Let's see what we... Probably going to be straight ahead behind the center, I would think. Of course, they're picking up yards everywhere else.
The tackle took him forward. And that you'll see that happen in all sports.
Yeah.
You tackle him. If you tackle him from behind, you're going to carry him a couple yards.
Yeah. Well, they got him at the 10 again. The last time they ran 2 plays from a 10 and were able to open up. It looks like Kecoughtan is getting more of a feel for that. They're not getting those 8 and 9 yard gains right now. So,
but now if they're down at the other end and they've got a 4th and 4, they may punt the ball. But when they're down at their end of the field, they're not going to do. Boy, he was hit good that time.
Yeah. He stopped Chris. Number 3 stood in there and got him. No gain, I don't think. And this is where they've got to get tough. Who's that coming out? It's number 75 for Kecoughtan coming out. Well, I don't know what to say. They really, so far, Western Branch is having their way.
Well, right now, but if you're Kecoughtan, you don't go away from your game plan.
Right. I mean, they've been practicing against this. Western Branch
We got a
just runs it real
timeout here
well.
for something. Western Branch called timeout. Again, we want to thank, you were talking about the Gray Goose, and that's special. And that's called the Southern Harmony Spectacular. Merry Christmas, darling.
Yeah.
And that is great. And you were talking about it, 3 weeks, the 5th, 6th,
And 7th.
and 7th, and the 12th, and 13th, and 19th, and 20th. And it's 7:30. A good meal.
Yeah,
It's just something you really enjoy doing.
well, like I said, we went last year and a couple of years before, and we've gone down for the Christmas shows, and it's just been really enjoyable. What you got in your hand,
Gray
buddy?
has got 12 carries for 60 yards. Burrows has 8 carries for 31 yards, and Bryant 4 carries for 28 yards. So they're kind of making a difference who gets the ball.
Frank, am I correct that Kecoughtan's only had 1 possession so far?
You want 1 possession.
Yeah, but I'm talking about they've eaten up 16 minutes of clock.
And Kecoughtan's had the ball 1 time.
1 possession. And so of 16 minutes of play, Western Branch has had the ball for a quarter, 12 minutes.
That's right.
So this is 2nd down. Let's see if they can get another stop on them. That's the same
He
play.
did not follow the blocker that time.
No.
He cut inside. He saw a lane and cut
went
inside.
behind.
That's Gray, and the Gray's got how
60
many
yards
yards?
already.
He's got. I've got it somewhere. He's got 1,284 yards this year.
Coming into this game, in 10 games. But that time, he went in behind the pulling guard.
Right.
Instead of going with him, he went in behind where he vacated.
Right, because it opened up.
Yeah.
And he picked up 5 yards.
So it's 4th and goal from the 5. Is that right?
Yeah, no,
third and goal
third
from the
from
5.
5. Put the ball on the ground. That was, I don't know if the pitch, you got a new quarterback in there. Sometimes the pitch is a little different. Looked like to me it was a little low. So that makes you think a little different now. Well, they marked the ball. Well, they only lost about 1.5 yards.
So it's 4th down, and we saw on the point after, the young man definitely has the leg
Well, it
long
looks
enough.
like you're bringing in a field goal unit.
That's what I'm saying. On that point after they kicked down here a minute ago, he definitely kicked it 40 yards for the extra point.
But they just have not been in a position they needed to kick one, evidently. They haven't kicked many this year.
Well, they've scored how many points? They've scored a ton of points all year. They're averaging like 35.
It went
No
wide
good.
to the left.
Plenty of leg, just pulled it a little bit. And I don't know if it didn't get tipped.
That's something, if you kick a tan, that's something you can build on.
I don't know if it didn't get
stopped him.
tipped.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know if that didn't get tipped a little
Well,
bit.
it may have been, but it definitely he was pulled it to the left.
And like you were saying,
And if the guy hit it, they just made it go further to the left.
this was a big series for Western Branch to drive, but it was a bigger series for Kecoughtan
Absolutely.
to come away with them no points. And now,
Could they, as long as they had the ball, and they still only got a 7-point lead.
and
The
now
Kecoughtan's got new life here. They got doubles down to both ends.
doubles on both sides. Now, the last time one of the plays that Western Branch did was they sent one of the intercepted.
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 Ball went right out of the Kecoughtan's hand, right into the Western Branch guy's hand.
It hit him in the hands. He had it, and it just tried to pull it in with one hand, and it just bounced right out when he got hit. Oh, that's not good. Those are the kinds of things I think that's not fair to the quarterback.
No,
when
because the quarterback he put the ball where he's supposed to.
And it bounced off the receiver.
Well, that just
Let's see.
if you kick a tan, you don't let that deflate you.
No, you got it. That's something that's going to happen every now and
Got a
then.
long game yet.
Let's see if they can make that stand again. Let's see if they can make that stand.
8 seconds.
Main
Really, Frank?
statistician. He's picking up 7 yards on a pop on that first one.
Yeah.
Again, I want to thank, while we got this thing, I'm going to bring up Doug Walter again. Doug, you did a great job for us tonight, buddy. We're getting to do this a lot because of you, partner.
Well,
and,
also wanted to say thanks to Brent Musgrove, who got in contact with Doug.
Well,
Doug didn't know the situation we're in because of your tenacity.
well,
We got him, and that,
well, Doug.
won't pat you on the back whether you want me to or not.
Doug.
Don't hit me in the nose again, though.
Oh, he's through. Well, I knew Doug was a
there's holes
Kecoughtan
in
boy,
that
and he went to our church, and I've known him for years. And I thought if he couldn't do it, he'd know somebody that would. But
Yeah.
Doug jumped right on top of it and said, "I'd be glad to do it," because he loves Kecoughtan High School. He and his wife both went there, so known him for years. And, well, matter of fact, if you remember, we did a basketball
But
game.
they were sitting up behind us.
We had him come there one night in a Kecoughtan Bethel game because that was the game in 1991. He got player of the game when Allen Iverson was a sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah, Doug put 24. I think you said 24 points up, didn't you, Frank? Doug put 24 points on. Yeah. Is that the way he tells it?
Well, then you can. Are you verifying that?
But he did get a player of the game shirt.
Well, he deserved another. That probably moth holes in it. Gray's got it again. All right.
Well,
They're not making any contact with the runner until he crosses the goal line. I mean, the scrimmage line.
Let me just
They've
say.
got enough people in front of them. There's no penetration.
Yeah, they're going to get positive yards the way they're running that thing right now, but they got a long way to go. It's third down and what, about 8?
3rd and 8, yeah.
And let's see what. Is that about the first penalty against them, I think?
That's the first
Gray
penalty.
now
Gray's got 16 carries already. Yeah, he'll have the ball a lot tonight. That'll bring him up.
Well, he got
about,
good yardage. He got about 5 yards or 4
Yeah,
yards.
he's got 4th and 4, it looks like, Brent.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Let's see if they're going to come out with another field goal.
I don't think he's going to bring the field goal unit in again.
Well, that surprises me.
Well, see, the ball's on the 20. If you kick it and miss it, they'll get down to 20. You got a chance to pick up first down. So this shows he's got a lot of confidence in that offensive line. And that the coach is what, Gibson?
Calling a timeout. A little bit of confusion. The reason I'm saying, just bringing up about the field goal kicker, he's lost a little confidence when he missed that last one. Okay, you may need that before this night's over.
That's right.
And
That's true.
We have a coach, this very coach at Kecoughtan made that comment in that Hampton game. He wished he'd have kicked that field goal. And 3 points is a big difference.
Yeah, you never know where that 3 points will stand
Change
at
the
the end of the game.
Change the game. And
You just hate to go all the way down the field and not come away with something, especially if you're driving as well as Western Branch has.
yeah, but if they've got a guy that can, like, Frank's passing them some more.
And we're looking at the last one in the huddle there at the timeout was Savon Majette, and he has an excuse. He's 320 pounds, 6'5" right tackle. So if you're wondering why they keep going on that side or they keep running right up the middle, they're running behind that barn of a man, 6'5", 320 pounder. You see him coming back out now, leaving little divots where he walks.
Is he the one with the blinking lights on his hips?
Well, you're trying to tell me he hasn't missed many meals.
Well, it is.
He anchors that left side of that offensive line. You can see he's standing up and he's as big as the two guys on each side of him.
A different setup.
And they're getting a lot of notice from different colleges. The coach up here was telling us.
There it is. He got it. He's gone for a touchdown.
He's got it.
He took
Whatever they needed to run, they did.
He took it into the middle and just cut straight away from his blockers and went over to the quarter end zone.
Two things. They scored on the fourth down, but the bigger thing yet, I think, is they caused a turnover and got points off the turnover.
Yeah. After being stopped.
Yeah.
And
because when you go for it and you miss a field goal, that's like a turnover.
Yeah.
Because you're giving the ball back to the team that didn't have a chance to score.
Well, that's a 14-0 lead for Western Branch, and
They got 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go and 14 zip.
Well, we've seen Kecoughtan move the ball down the field 2 or 3 plays. They need something positive to happen.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But when you hit your receivers in the hands and the ball gets turned
Well,
over.
one thing's going to hurt Kecoughtan, and Kecoughtan has got some great receivers, but Carrera not playing tonight. That's got to hurt him a little bit because he does things on offense, on defense. But we've seen him make one-handed catches and 360s and go right on from that. What do you got there?
Well, that drive after a turnover by Western Branch was 4 plays, took 2 minutes and 22 seconds, and went 25 yards for a touchdown, which puts them up with 4:19 to go, 14-0 over Kecoughtan right now.
And what really hurts you look at that, Kecoughtan's had the ball less than 4 minutes, and there's 4 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the game.
In a half.
In a half.
And Mr. Gray, in the first half, has already had 17 carries for 95 yards.
Wow.
I don't know about, I'm going to get tired calling out his name if he keeps running this many times.
Well, I'm going to start calling Blue.
Kecoughtan, boom.
You may hit him one time, but it's going to take about 3 people to bring him down.
Good coverage, ball brought out to the 25.
There was Victor
Mitchell. He's a tough little man.
Boy,
we saw him put over 200
dude.
yards on Hampton out here one night.
Boy, he's one tough dude.
All right, let's see.
They need to score.
Kecoughtan needs to put it together, go down, get a score, and send a message for halftime. It'd be nice if they could do it quick.
And they're going to get the ball to begin in the second half.
Right. Got trips out here to the left. No, one came off the field. I'm sorry. Good pickup.
What a great move. Went the opposite way than they thought he was going to go to. But that little bubble screen out there to the side.
I think that was to Fugate. I think that's.
Yeah, Fugate made a move, left the tackler who thought he had him for a loss, and he picked up 9 yards, Brent.
Man.
I tell you, when your timing is so bad that the guy you're faking the ball to runs into you, it's a wonder he even got that ball off.
Yeah, and the smart thing to do was he threw it at the feet. Now it was only a 1 yard gain needed for a first down.
Yeah.
So it's 3rd and 1, and I don't know who that was behind him. I didn't get the number, but ran into him when he. Got him in the backfield. It ain't happening. They're waiting for him.
There's no blocking. There is no blocking.
They just sent everybody, Bob. They knew what play was coming, and they just sent everybody.
You got a 3rd and 1. I mean, you had a 2nd and 1. Why don't you not pick up the first down? Why do you not try to run it, get that first down?
Well, he got messed up on the second play. I think they were expecting a run, on the second down, and he tried to get him with a little offside pass and maybe break it for something big, and he got messed up in the backfield. And then, obviously, they got one running back there. It ain't like he got a key on half the team. He turns around to hand it off 7 yards behind the line.
Roughing the kicker. Yep. Roughing the kicker.
That could be big with 3 minutes to go. And it's going to be 5-yarder. It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, even if
it's incidental.
It's going to be a first down regardless of what they do.
Well, that could be the break that Kecoughtan needs. That could be the break.
Might be. That's only about the second penalty tonight.
See, the officials are letting them play.
Yeah.
And that's good.
See, it's running into the kicker. It's only 5-yard penalty, but it was enough for the first down. Well, that ball was intended for number 1, Caleb Tucker, but he did not play defense. You got to play defense. If you can't get the ball, you don't let the defensive man get it.
He stood there and watched the defender go up for the ball. I was a little bit surprised. He didn't come back, like you say, and try to break that up.
Well, and I think what happened also on the pass, that Savage wasn't able to step into the ball because of the rush he got and couldn't throw it as far as he wanted to. But you got to be, as a wide receiver, if you can't catch the ball, you make sure nobody else can catch it.
They're lined up wide on this now. Fugate, he might pick up a yard.
Picked up about 2.
It's going to bring up third down and about 8, Bob. Kecoughtan just doesn't seem right now to be able to get it uncorked, or is Western Branch just in the huddle because they seem to be there for every play.
Well, and this will be something that Mike Smith talked about. He does not like the open date between at the end of our season and when he plays in the playoffs. Western Branch has been playing every Friday, and this Kecoughtan was off for a week.
Well, there's mixed emotions about it. You get a chance to heal, you get a chance to do that. Went down. It didn't. I don't think he got the first down.
He didn't make the first down, but they're going to call him out of bounds at about the 44, and he needed to get to the 47.
47.
So about 3 yards short. And that brings up a fourth down. They got to punt it.
I'm going to tell you what. How many plays so far, Frank, for Kecoughtan? 12 plays and a half. Wow. Out of 24. Out of 20.
Out of 24. Out of 24. Yeah, okay. Ball's going to be down at the
9-yard line.
14-yard line. You're bad as me.
I can't. Okay. You know where I went to school. I can say. Why we got? I'm gonna say it again.
Math wasn't your heavy suit.
Huh?
Math wasn't your heavy suit.
The only thing I knew about math was it in my pocket. Well, Doug Water, attorney at law, family legal needs, personal injury, criminal defense, located at 544 Settlers Landing Road. He's a partner in the firm of Michelle, Clancy, and Walter, and they're located on Settlers Landing Road, like I said. If you need any kind of services from an attorney, especially if you're a Kecoughtan fan or if you're an LSC fan, give them a call at 826-5000. We wouldn't be doing this game tonight out here for you people if it wasn't for Mr. Walter. So, Doug, thank you again, and I know Kecoughtan thanks you for your support.
Absolutely. It was a 42-yard putt by Chris that time. Kecoughtan has 12 yards rushing.
12 on how many plays? On 12 plays on 12 yards. Wow. And there's 3 for 6 for 38 yards passing. Mr. Gray is? Mr. Gray for Western Branch.
He's already got 100 yards.
Got 100 yards with a minute and 30 to go in the first half. I think maybe this wing tee seems to be working right now. And talking about eating up the clock, I haven't seen an offense eat up as much clock as this one has in a long time.
What they do is they just move the ball, and you're talking 5, 6, 7, 8-minute drives.
Yeah.
And that means the other team
Doesn't have a
playing
chance.
defense, and
They're getting tired, and the offense is not getting on the field very well. If they can come out and get a stop on you like they've done on Kecoughtan so far, every time they've got a stop on them. Kecoughtan drove the ball down on their first drive, and the penalty hurt them. And then he got sacked after that. Well, he still got sacked and then a penalty.
well, Kecoughtan calls timeout. 47 seconds to go.
It's just don't give anything up now. That's what they got to be saying. Let's just shut this down and go in and recoup at half and come back out and play our game.
You're only down two scores.
That's right.
It's not unsurmountable. This is something that Kecoughtan has been known to score some points. You just got to get everybody positively thinking that we can go out there, we can do it, we can score points, we can stop them. And if they can stop the first time Western Branch gets the ball, if they can stop them and make them punt, you'll see a big change in the way the sideline, the coaches walking, and the kids out on the field walking.
It's like you said a minute ago. We come back after the second half, Kecoughtan gets the ball. That's
You're
going to be a big determination as to how this game's going to go. Now, I'm not saying that's going to change the world, but if Kecoughtan can get a sustained drive and get some points out of it, some points, I don't care what,
Well, let
and
me
then
tell
make,
you,
and then make a stop.
you've got Savage, Mitchell, Chris, Granby, you got the Fugate kids. You have got enough
weapons.
weapons, you can do something.
Western Branch is doing their best to change all that. And
Yes,
so
they
far
are that.
they've been doing-
I don't want to take anything away from Western Branch. They didn't get here because they were their good looks. They got here because they worked at it. Ray got it again and picked up a first down.
And he's just coming in. When they go in there, when he makes that cut, he's got his choice. Go behind the pulling guard, follow the quarterback. People in front of him.
There's two ways to stop that. One of the ways is you shoot linebackers into the gap. The other way is you take the feet out of the guy that's blocking. You take away the blockers. And then the secondary tacklers can go in there. So Kecoughtan's got to do something.
Look, the way they run this thing is like everything's going up the middle, but the runner's got his option of which way he wants to cut it.
Well, they're just going to take a knee because it's only 14 seconds.
And he's sure not going to put the ball in the air.
No.
He hadn't done it so far. Why would he do it now? Of course, why not?
Why did we call a timeout for? Delay a game. Okay, got it. There's only 3 penalties this first half. I know that I'll have to ask George if it's so cold out there.
They sold the paint. I think
Well, it may be froze in his pocket. I don't know.
It hurts when you reach for it at our age. That's what it is. You can't get the flag. It hurts. I ain't doing it. Like you say, they're just going to take a knee.
And that's going to run it out.
So let's talk about this real quick, Bob. Here we are at the end of the second quarter, first half over, in a game that Kecoughtan was predicted to have a chance of winning this game. And I'll say it just like it is. Right now, Western Branch has dominated this game.
There's no doubt about that.
Offensively and defensively, they have dominated this game.
Kecoughtan's had the ball maybe six minutes? About 6 minutes out of 24.
And Western Branch has put together 2 sustained drives, turned the ball over on the second one, got the ball right back on an interception, and then took it in. So, I mean, they have been able to move the ball.
Well, and took advantage of a turnover.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They got the interception. And in 3 plays, I think it was, he took it right back in, or 4 plays.
Well, we're going to be back in the second half right after this short timeout. Scored 14-0 in favor of Western Branch.
Welcome back to Darling Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday night, And we're standing here in a cold, cold little booth with Frank Edgar, Bob Henson, myself, trying our best to keep warm. But the main thing is Mr. Edgar, our stat man, lawyer, attorney, and advisor, has got some stats on that first half, which are going to be kind of surprising. Take it, Frank.
You know, I knew feel like we're sitting in a refrigerator. Every time they close that door, the light goes out in here. It's chilly up here tonight. What a difference between the two teams in the first half. Kecoughtan has been the most explosive offensive team we've seen in the district all year long, and they have not had a chance. They rarely get the ball in that first half. They ran, from my count, 13 plays from scrimmage. They picked up 12 yards on the ground on 7 carries. 38 yards through the air on 3 of 6. They threw Savage threw that one interception that hurt real bad there on that second drive. Penalized twice for minus 20 yards. The time of possession, 6 minutes and 8 seconds.
For Kecoughtan.
For Western Branch, well, they're running all over the place. They haven't thrown a pass yet. Their leading running back, Corey Gray, has carried the ball 19 times for 105 yards. So he gets about 5 yards a carry, 4 yards a carry. But if you run him enough, he's got 105 yards. Barrios with 37 yards on 10 carries, and the other, Keith Bryant, 4 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. They've had the ball for 17 minutes and 52 seconds out of the 24 minutes in the first half. Again, haven't thrown a pass, got 171 yards on the ground, 3 penalties, minus 20 yards. And, of course, the quarterback, Devin Mathis, don't know much about him, but we do know he can turn left, he can turn right, and hand the ball off, and we've seen him block a couple times. The scheme is working, and as the coach that we just talked with here at halftime said, why give Kecoughtan the ball if you can hold on to it for 17, almost 18 minutes in a half? Why give it Kecoughtan the ball?
And you said it all right there, but I just got to reiterate this. Western Branch has had the ball almost 35 plays, and Kecoughtan 12 plays, and 3 times as much time of possession for Western Branch as for Kecoughtan. Is that correct? And hence the score, 14-0 Western Branch.
14-0, and Kecoughtan is not out of it by any means. Do want to thank Grey Goose, our catering sponsor. They're doing the stuff downtown Hampton, where they call it Southern Harmony Spectacular. Merry Christmas, darling.
Frank tell you all about that. I think Frank goes down there every day and just talks to him about the show.
I think so, too. We're talking about Dana and Phil Epstein. And, of course, we got a young man that we want to talk about, Doug Walder.
Talk about that earlier, but again, we're having the privilege of doing this game for you tonight, our first round of the playoffs, because of Doug Walter, attorney at law. He's a graduate of Kecoughtan High School, and you heard that we were having a little bit of a situation about getting this game on air, and Doug stepped forward, being a Kecoughtan alumni, I'll say it again, and made it easier for us to put this game on the air. And thank you, Doug, for everything you've done. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're a Kecoughtan High graduate or a supporter of LSC and all the things we try to do, for any of your legal needs, please contact Doug Walder at his law firm, 825-5000. I think I got the right number.
Right.
If I don't, I'll correct it. But
also want to thank David Chubb and
826-5000. Excuse me, Doug.
David Chubb and Terry McLemore out at Tidewater Team Sports for their donation of the Player of the Games every year. They've been doing it since the early 90s, back when Iverson was playing. And it's just great the kids have something that they can recognize. We did a all-star contest one year, and they called parents out to with the player, and one of the Hampton players goes out. Mom and Dad both had a player game shirt on. I said, Scotty, you got to get it. But this is something they look forward to. It's just a little way for us to say, it's not, we don't try to give it to the same person every time. We try to, pass it around.
The fun when you call Davis, because he does it for us in football and basketball.
Yes, he does.
But it's him trying to figure out what's he going to put on his shirt this time. I mean, he's been doing it for so many years. He's trying not to be redundant.
He can start
recycling by now. Because the people he first gave them to, they're grandchildren by now. So shirt might not be good. But by the way, Bob brought up a great idea, Doug. I know if you're out there, I am going to get you a new player of the game shirt for tonight. Thank you so much. And And maybe we can get you on TV.
And next time you go into court, just wear it,
Yeah,
you'll win.
that's right.
Because you're the player of the game, right? He didn't say
Yeah.
with
MVP.
MVP.
Well,
But looking forward, Kecoughtan has not come back out on the field yet, and I'm right surprised that they haven't come out. But the coaches in there, they're making some adjustments, and he's got Greg Narvid, who is the defensive coordinator. He did a great job in the defense they played against Phoebus High School, just shut down the running game. They're going to have to make some adjustments here, and that's probably why they're taking so long, because you cannot stop. It doesn't look like he stopped Gray. He got over 100 yards in the first half.
Well, they seem to be able to pull out a play when they need it almost every time, and it involves Gray 90% of the time.
Right.
But Kecoughtan's problem is, Bob, is they're shooting himself in the foot with the few times that they've had the ball. The first series they had it, they moved the ball.
And then the guy got sacked.
Yep.
Nobody picked up a defensive, I think it was
defender.
a safety coming in. And then the second time they get the ball, hits the guy in the hands with the ball, it bobbles it and goes right into a defensive man's hand.
And that was
Turnover.
after they had made a stop.
Yeah.
And stopped the field goal attempt, get the ball, and on the first play, I think it was, he hits the defender in the hands, and it got bobbled and bounced right into the hands of, like you said, of the Western Branch player,
Yeah.
and they score in 4 plays. The score they stopped, they gave it right back to him.
Right, and if you kick Western Branch, you got to come out with this second half with a lot of confidence. Even though you're kicking off, Kecoughtan's going to get the ball to start the second half. You know, Western Branch feels like we've got this ball game in hand.
Yeah.
If we don't do anything stupid, Kecoughtan on the other side is going to say, we got to stop that running game, make them do something that they haven't done. Maybe that's a pass or whatever.
Well, this may sound oversimplistic, but here it is. Western Branch has got to come out and say, we're going to kick them the ball. If we can shut them down on this drive and get that ball back,
Right.
then it's our game. And Kecoughtan's got to be thinking the opposite.
We got to score.
We gotta take
come
this
away
ball
with some
down.
sort of points. And just got to right in there, just a.
All right, Frank's passing us some information. We ain't even got the ball on the field yet, so that tells you how good he is.
He's anticipating.
Just to give you folks a little, y'all be catching this in the paper when this game airs, but Ocean Lakes right now is 27-0 over Bethel at the half, and Oscar Smith is 31-0 over Woodside at the half.
Wow.
Right now, the Peninsula District is not. Heritage and Churchland are tied at 0, so Heritage right now is carrying the banner, and Kecoughtan is the closest shot we got at pulling one out. But Kecoughtan's just got to get on track, then they got to hit what they can.
Yeah.
It's very obvious that he's not going to have, Savage is not going to have enough time to complete the long pass too many times.
Well, I haven't seen but throw one long when he's thrown
Right,
that bubble pass, bubble screen 2 or 3
and
times.
it's been positive a couple of times.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is, the pass that has been so successful for him in the past, which is that quarter pass that Carrera used to catch, he threw it, hit the man in the hands, and it just happened to get bobbled.
And just,
Hold on, my friend Bob is standing up. He wants to do exercises now.
I got to do my exercise.
Got a little kink under his arm there. Well, here we go. We're going to start this off with Kecoughtan receiving the ball, Bob.
Well, I tell you, they've got a couple of
statement.
guys that can run that ball back, and Fugate and Mitchell. This would be a good time for one of them to get a good run back. Well, like they got the first time they kicked the ball to Kecoughtan, they got a great run back on it. So let's just see if they can't come out with something positive. And I know Coach Coley is,
You okay?
yeah, I'm just
All right. Let's see where we stand here.
muscle.
Western Branch is taking the field. You can tell they're ready to go. And Kecoughtan is now taking the field himself. So let's see if Kecoughtan can't get a little momentum going here. Start off with something, and let's get us a drive down the field and get a score and make Western Branch stop and think a little bit about what's going on. Both teams want to make a statement on this first possession, Bob. Both teams want to make a statement. Well, everything's moved over to this side of the field. They have pulled everything away from the far side, Bob.
Yeah.
You see that? I think maybe going to be kicking this way. Kicked it into the open spot. Yeah. Oh, what a great bounce. Oh,
Whoa, they blew the whistle. Well, I didn't think he was down, but he was still moving forward, wasn't he?
well, he kind of doing a little circle around there, but he got it out to the 20. 19 is where they're giving him the spot.
Well, that ball took a little funny bounce. It could have gone out of bounds, but it kicked back to the right.
Good kick. I mean,
It was an excellent kick. Anytime you can keep them within the 20-yard line, that's awesome.
all right, let's see what happens here. Kecoughtan needs to make a statement here. Well, yeah, they need. Oh, they changed. There we go.
They're
Look,
in
they
a
got 8 men in the
4-4
box.
defense is in a 4-4.
He picked up about 6.
About 4
5.
yards.
One from they had him marked on the 20. I thought he was on the 19, but okay. He's now on the 24. So let's pick up a 5. Okay. We need to do that a couple of times like they did when they opened up.
You just need to get.
Okay. You sure that's it? All right.
Granby's-
Shoegate's coming out, and I think Mitchell just went in.
Granby got the first touchdown.
He had to
tell
break.
you what,
He broke
he
a few
was-
tackles. He was not going down.
He was thrown for a 2-yard loss and ended up picking about 4 up, almost the first down.
Almost picked up a good 4. You're right. But he had to get. He got half up more than that on his own, Bob.
About 5 of them was on his own because he was about 2 yards deep in the backfield when he got hit.
All right, now this is the second time that they've had a 1 yard, needed 1 yard for a first down. Let's see how this goes. So they got trips out to the right side. They got everybody lined up in the backfield. Is this going to be legal or not?
And nobody over the middle. This is where that little dump pass to the tight end would work.
He's wide open. There he goes. Kecoughtan just scored. No flags.
Well, he was wide open. And that's what I was talking to you about. Come on, do something positive. You can't get more positive than scoring a touchdown.
And what
How
about,
many plays was that?
Took less than 2 minutes.
3 plays.
3 plays, 1 minute and 57 seconds, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're right.
Well, I could do it easy from the 12. Now, after this,
If that's been 9 point something, you
I'd have never said a word. I'd have waited for the statistician to bring that up. Well, we wanted somebody to make a statement.
They did. Grandy's got 2 touches and 1 touchdown.
And here's Mr. Thomas, who we thought we lost for the year.
Point after attempt is up.
And it is good. Welcome back.
It is signal good.
Chase Thomas, welcome back, young man. We missed you for a couple of games.
I'd like to see that again in
Oh.
in slow motion.
Yeah.
How did he get so wide open? He stood there and waited for the ball.
Well, when they get to do this game in the engineering booth, maybe they can pull that back up and do
Oh
some.
man, that was
But
awesome.
not only that, what tickled me was that once he caught the ball, he was so surprised. It was like he stopped and looked. Whoa, okay, I can go.
Savage is 4'7", 110 yards, 1 TD and 1 interception.
Well, let's just say the second half is a positive. Let's keep it going forward here.
And Graham, how long was that touchdown?
72.
72 yards on that touchdown.
And that, again, is from our expert in premises, Mr. Frank Egger. I wish we had the camera up here. Compared to the hat he had on last week,
Well, he's got the hat, I got the nose. What do you have?
I got the keys to the car.
Oh, that's true. You got the
Because
keys.
Frank can't go home looking like that. Somebody going to stop him.
They got a profile, that guy.
You can't tell me you an attorney looking like that.
Chase Thomas kicking off.
Good kick.
They're going to go in the end
Yeah,
zone.
it went in the end zone.
No run back that way.
All right, starting
Good
at the
to
20.
see Chase back. We were worried. We thought he was done for, he messed up his meniscus or ACL or whatever, but it was nothing but a strain.
Meniscus, that sounds like that commercial on television when you got your nose stopped up.
Do I have my nose stopped up? I do.
I wish we had
do.
a camera up here between his hat and his hoodie
If
and your
I
nose.
put on his hood, if I put the hood up, you think I'd get stopped?
What was the name of that play? Long time ago.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can do something defensively. Fullback tried to go straight up middle, got nothing.
Got a little
And
step.
that's, see, look at the sideline on Kecoughtan. The kids are jumping up and down. The coaches are walking with a little spring in their step.
Okay, you can hear the coaches down here talking about what Kecoughtan did, and that was they brought the linebackers up and crashed the line.
So I told you how many, there were nine players within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. There goes Gray again.
He's going to pick up.
I tell you, he is a tough runner to bring down. Gray he's a lot like Fugate and Mitchell. He's 5'7", 180.
He's a hoss.
I tell you,
So it's third down and about 3.
well,
I
this
think.
would be a great time for a big stop, Kecoughtan, because there's no way they're going to go for a fourth down here. He didn't get it out. Yep, he did. See where they marked it. Yep. Well, that was close.
Yeah.
But I watched the lineman on the other side, and he went beyond the sticks to mark the ball. So he picked it up for about a yard.
What I'm noticing is the ends, whichever running back is taking off toward the ball, that end is following it. See it go right there?
Yep.
He's behind him, he's catching him from behind.
Gray again carrying. He's going to carry the ball, I bet you, about 90% of the time.
Well, I tell you, at the rate he's going, he got 100 yards in the first half.
Well, I like what Frank said. The quarterback came up from the JVs. He can turn right, he can turn left, he can throw a block. That's all he's got to do. Gray has got 22 carries so far in this game. He's got more carries than Kecoughtan's got plays.
There he is again.
There we go. Who is that?
So that was big. That was big.
That's number 13. Wow. DeAndre Edwards.
Third down and 12, I think, is what we're going to have here.
You need a defensive player to step up and do something like that, because then the other guys think, well, you know, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, let's see if we're going to see our first pass play.
Could be, but I don't.
They say this young man can throw the ball
We got a
decent.
young guy that doesn't pass much. He's not worked that much with the offense. It's a double reverse. They got him. They're going to have to punt down to what's that, about the 36-yard line.
It's going to be a 5-yard. It's going to be 4th and 5.
Yeah, they're going to punt.
Let's see if we can force Western Branch into their first punt.
Hey, if they don't want to punt, that's okay, because this is it makes it be great to get the ball at this position. Or they may try to draw them offside too, Brent.
Yeah, you got to. The team has got to be cognizant of that. Looks like they think they can make it if they're going to run it. We'll see if they. We'll try to draw them off. I think. No. He's got. No, he
didn't get it.
Yes, he did. They gave it to him over there, and he did.
This guy right here got him. Well,
yep.
Gonna have to. This guy over here had him short.
Looks like it's short. That's what I'm seeing.
This is going to be a big measurement.
I can't see the football. Where's the football?
He didn't get it. Well, that was Gray's 24th carry. He's got 118 yards, but that one came up about 2 inches short.
That was a gutsy play. Now let's see if Kecoughtan
I
again.
tell you, a big gutsy play. I'm surprised he did that with
He didn't want to punt?
One touchdown lead, you give the ball to the other team at your end of the field.
All right, Kecoughtan has come out and scored in 3 plays and now stopped them for the first time in the game. This is a big set of series to see if Kecoughtan. Just don't try to do anything spectacular like you said.
Oh, they had a screen pass set up, but man, he just threw that ball, knocked that ball down, which is probably a good thing to do.
You had a Kecoughtan receiver down the field 5 yards in front of everybody, but he was looking for the screen.
But it was a screen play. All he's trying to do is take the people with him.
Drop the pass?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you could tell the way the 2 defenders were coming in that they let him go. All right, let's see what we got here. It is 2nd and 10.
We got 1 wide out. They've been having three wide outs. They got 2 tight ends.
Let's hold up the officials on the other side are having a conversation.
Okay.
3 of them.
Ineligible downfield. Well, if the ball was passed behind the line of scrimmage, it wouldn't make any difference whether he's downfield or not. But it was not passed behind the line of scrimmage. So he loses 5.
When you call it a screen there, the linemen have to know where they got to be.
Well, they can be down the field if the ball is not passed beyond the line of scrimmage.
I understand, but he threw it beyond the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
I'm looking for the.
Still first down. I don't think it's a loss of down. It's not a loss of down.
There he comes. He overthrew him big time.
Well, he was hurt. He get picked up. He get knocked down. That guy coming from the other side.
He's being blindsided twice and nobody's picking him up.
Whoa.
Yeah, that pass, we've seen him complete that pass.
Yeah, but he just didn't have time to really set and throw.
Yeah.
He had to hurry that. He could hear those
feet coming. I could hear him almost from up here. I was starting to cringe thinking about him getting hit. All right, now he's got somebody in the backfield, and it's 3rd down and about 14. All right, well, that's a good
pickup.
pickup.
About 9 yards
Yeah,
that time.
that was a good pickup right there.
Well, maybe 8 yards. But
well, this is a
3rd.
big play. It's a big play. First down here gives them a chance for points with Mr. Thomas. But they need a first down here. They come up and they got 1 receiver wide right. Cut back, and he's gone.
And it's gone.
He is gone for a touchdown. Yes, sir.
And we could have a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. Fugate.
Boy, that was just too easy. I didn't see that coming.
Well, he made a cut in the backfield and went through, and everybody else was over pursuing.
Yeah.
And he was going down the field.
He just cut
so
right
tell
in.
me that wasn't a big thing, not kicking that, or that punting that ball from your own 30-yard line, 40-yard line, wherever it was.
You just let a team back in the game. I mean, we have got all the time we talked about Kecoughtan didn't have. Now they've been 6 minutes and some seconds, scored 2 touchdowns. That second touchdown was 4 plays, 41 yards, and 32 seconds.
Okay, so what we're talking about is Kecoughtan in 7 plays have scored 2 touchdowns.
And tied this game. They had 6 minutes possessions in the first half, and now they've got 6 minutes into the second half, and they've scored 2 touchdowns. And that's including one series that Western Branch had the ball.
And the thing that did it was a defensive stop.
Yes. Big stop. The coach decided to go for it on 4th and 5 in his own territory.
The defensive changes have been significant, and Western Branch has not reacted yet. They haven't been able to figure it out yet what Kecoughtan's doing differently. So, you know, the receivers for Western Branch, they actually list starting receivers, but you feel like you're on the back of a milk carton.
Back of a milk carton. Have you seen these receivers?
I got to remember that one, Frank. That's good. Well, here we go. Let's see what Kecoughtan can put together now. You're starting to hear some enthusiasm.
Navarre did a great job with his defensive and offensive coaches in there. Make those adjustments. Number 22's got that ball.
Got him inside
to the 23.
18. Got it got him at 20? He's got him over to 18 over here.
Kickoff taken by Western Branch Bruins, number 23, Keith Bryant.
All right.
Was Keith Bryant running that ball that time, 5'8", 160, just a sophomore. They got a lot of sophomores and 9th graders on their team. Not for the varsity. He has. The coach up here said he's about 50-50 on the JVs. So let's see what he does here. Let's see what they're going to do. Anything different? I don't think I'd change what I was doing, because they got their second touchdown on a Kecoughtan turnover.
That's great.
He's got it.
He's going to pick up his 4 or 5 yards, it looks like.
He does a great job of following his blockers when he goes outside like that.
I mean, the way they run that wing T, though, Bob, they got so many guys running interference. I mean, good gosh.
It's like the whole what they used to call student body left.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Not only the student body, but you can't see the runner because he's so small.
It's going to make it a 2nd down and 6. It's like echo in here.
Echo.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can plug offside.
And that's called encroachment.
Somebody's going to have to. They're going to have to take that big boy out of there somehow. I'm telling you, it's going to be a 5-yard. That's going to make it 2nd down and 1.
The Jet, 6'5", 320, just a junior.
They ought to just skip him right to college, big as that young man is. All right, Kecoughtan needs to make a statement. They already have. They scored 2 touchdowns in 6 minutes. Now they need to do another defensive stop. Of course, I have to tell you, we are partial. We want Kecoughtan to do this.
Gray picked up about 1.5 yards, and all he needed to do was get a yard, and he got first down.
Got his first down, but he's not picking up that 5 and 6 yards at a clip like he was in the first half.
That 5-yard penalty helped him.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had been 3rd and 4. Kecoughtan quit shooting themselves in the foot. But that's the first time that they've had a defensive man get into the neutral zone.
Right. And what Kecoughtan's doing is just pulling linebackers up into that middle area pretty quick right now, so that because that's where all of the plays are. So he's right behind him.
There goes Gray again. You see, there's 4 men still out there blocking in front of him, and he cut back the other way. You got to take care of that interference.
5-yard gain, 75 for the Bruins.
It's going to be 2nd and 5 now. Let's see.
Maybe they're getting tired. Probably not, but
At least we're back to a tie ball game. Oh. Not
so
quite.
you see, they don't go to the left very often, but when they do,
It's working.
they pick up some pretty good yardage. But normally they go into the right because Gray plays the wing back on the left-hand side, and he's going around the right side.
And he's going behind that big young man over there on that side.
Majette.
Yeah.
And not midget.
No.
Majette.
300, would you say
If his name was
320?
midget, he'd be an oxymoron.
You're testing me with your education. Man. You don't need to be doing that.
I just checked to see if you're paying attention.
He
Gray
cut it
again.
right behind where the guard pulled that time. That time he went right behind where the man pulled from. Instead of
Yeah.
following his blockers, he cut behind him.
Right, because they're trying to get out and cut him inside, and he's got a lane. He does a great job of following and looking for
What the
a
pursuit's
lane
doing.
to shoot into.
It's going to make a 2nd down and about 3. He's a smart runner.
Well, starting this series, he had 118 yards on 24 carries before they got the ball this time. He just looks for that cutback and goes.
And a big boy, like you said, he's just leading him. He's always out in front of him, just taking people out of the
And
way.
if he cuts, that's because the defensive
It's
people
pursuit.
have already gone over where the offensive line is going. Gray's 29 carries, 142 yards.
Well, they're going back to
You
what was
think they're going to
successful
get the
for
ball
him.
to Gray? Gray again.
10-yard pickup, 9-yard pickup.
Yeah, picked up 9.
And what they're doing is the ends are pinching in now, trying to stop that cut up the middle,
And,
and they're taking it further wide.
it's a smart runner, smart coaching over there to get him to look for those different lanes. Sometimes you have to teach the kids, other kids just
Instinct.
by instinct. They just know this is where I got to go.
Well, Kecoughtan needs to make a statement. They've crawled back into this game and got it tied at 14-14.
That's the other
He stopped him that
J.C.
time.
Barrios. Okay, got a fumble. They Kecoughtan got it. Now each team has got one. Each team has got one turnover.
Yep. Well,
That wasn't great to carry the ball that time. That was Barrios.
that was big. For Kecoughtan, that was big. Well, for both teams, it was big because they were definitely moving the ball.
Yeah. If Kecoughtan can score here, that means that
Put the pressure on them. Put the
Not
pressure.
only that, but that means we can score after a turnover also. Got to hold him. They threw the flag on the
Yeah, threw two of them.
41-yard line down here, so it'll be 10 yards from that spot. We got 2 flags.
That kills you.
Preliminary signal is holding against the Warriors.
All right, that's going to make it.
But it's only
first
going to be
down.
2nd and 12.
Yeah.
I mean,
first and 12. That was a big game. There's Fugate. All right, let's see if Kecoughtan can overcome this little setback. Not a big setback, like you said, Bob.
This is not hurt. That's not going to hurt you.
He's picking up some
Picked
yards.
up about 7 yards.
Yeah.
7, 8
Big
yards.
carry. Big carry on the first down. They seem to get they're getting
what
some
they
chunks
did that
too.
time, they put the 2 wide outs on both sides of the ball,
Spread
and then ran. Normally to do that, they've been passing the ball. Yeah.
Warriors with 2nd and 5.
Got a shot. Just about got away. That was a good tackle.
Good tackle. But I'm waiting for the time when Savage pumps that pass, and then the first receiver goes.
We got the end of the 3rd quarter. Again, want to thank David Chubb and Terry McLemore at Townwater Team Sports for the T-shirt. Grey Goose for their help in being our corporate catering sponsor. And, of course, your buddy.
We'd like to really thank Doug Walters for making this whole thing possible for us tonight, for 3 of us to get sit up here in the cold with our ankles hurting, our hands hurting. Thanks, Doug, so much for my hands are in my pocket. And it's cold up here, Doug, but thanks again for making this possible. And for all of your legal needs, family needs, give Doug Walter a call at 826-5000. Good man, loves Kecoughtan High School. And
he's got a player of the game shirt coming.
A second one coming. He earned one in 1991.
Wait a second, the first one we got in 91?
91.
91, what year is this?
14.
It's been a few years since he had one.
I think he deserves another one. But thanks again, Doug, for all your help and for all you Kecoughtan alumni and LSC supporters. If you need any help, give Doug a call. He's good for us.
Kecoughtan High School's had the ball 44 minutes out of the 12-minute 3rd quarter and picked up and scored 2 touchdowns.
I don't know if he got it. I see where they mark it. They're giving it right there at the. They're putting it right at the first down. Okay.
It was a great run that time.
What was that?
They were looking for the pass.
This could be a big statement if Kecoughtan can take this and put it on the board. No, he ran into his own man at first.
Picked up a yard.
Picked up about a yard.
Yep.
That's what they're giving him. Be 2nd and 9. Those numbers are so hard for me to read, Bob, I'm telling you. Frank, can you make out who's running them balls down there? That was Mitchell that time?
Number 20.
Yeah.
If you see a 0 on the
Fugate coming back in. And Mitchell's coming out. Oh, he slipped. He went down. They had him boxed. I mean,
they had him boxed in. They had a guy outside and inside, and one chasing him.
It's going to be a 3rd down and 10. I guess we're going to have to go back to the air.
All right. You're going to see the ball in the air this time. I thought he was.
Nobody in the backfield. That ball got hyped.
Those mistakes that really.
He wasn't looking at the ball. The ball got hyped when he wasn't looking at it. It hit him right in the left shoulder. And he wasn't ready for it.
Well, sometimes what happens is the guy is told centered on the first sound.
Yeah, on a sound, and he's trying to.
And that's Kecoughtan had a real good opportunity to take the lead in this game. Oh, great kick.
Yeah.
Nice bounce. About the 32-yard line. That Chris kicked that.
Well, this is big. It's 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and Western Branch has a chance to take this ball down and eat up the clock. Kecoughtan has to get a stop on this drive if they're going to stay in this game. That was a big series for Kecoughtan that time, Bobby.
It was great.
They needed to make something
it really
happen.
was.
They got a couple of first downs there, and even if they, before that bad botched snap right there, they would, if they had to punt, they would have been in a much better position. They'd have been inside the 10 or 15-yard line.
That's right.
And this snap cost them 15 yards either way. He is just eating up yards, 10 yards a pop right there.
Boy, he made a great cutback that time, right against the grain. And if that guy hadn't tackled, the Kecoughtan player hadn't made that tackle, it could very well have been
gone.
A touchdown, yeah. Gray, 31 carries, 162 yards.
Young man is, I'm tired just calling his name, much less.
Well, I want to charge, you know. See?
We're great ball carrier for the game. Touchdown by number 23 on the play for the Warriors.
Who's he talking about?
Here goes that.
Did he say touchdown? All right,
Picked up about 4 yards on that play. Maybe, yeah, it's a long, short 4, maybe 3.
That's quarter.
They stopped him that time at the 50, which picked up about 3 yards. So it's going to bring up about 3rd and 3.
I think we've seen that they're going to make this 4th down territory.
Oh, yeah. Well, they went for it at their own 40 last time, and now they're on the 50. So, yeah, I don't see them
change it now, not with a tie ball game.
Yeah. Well, they were behind one.
Yeah, they were ahead one when they did it before. He
got first down. Wow.
He's getting that extra yardage, brother.
And there were 4 Kecoughtan tacklers on him, and he picked up another couple of yards. Of course, if you tackle him and you hit him forward, he's going to pick up those extra 2 yards.
And he's got a couple of big boys going in front of him, cleating these little lanes for him to go through.
Right.
Smart runner. This is a big series right here. 7 minutes to go, and we know they can eat up 6-7 minutes in a drive.
They've been known to do it.
Yeah.
The only hope that maybe they get down, they have to try a field goal again, and they can do something about it.
There's the ball carrier, picks up almost 5 yards on the play.
We'll give him 4 yards, 2nd and 6. We got 7:03 to go in the game.
Clock moving.
Tie game.
And this is
14-all.
This is their style of game. This is what they want to do.
And both teams got all 3 of the timeouts left, so that shouldn't be a problem. They took the ball away from him, or they blew the whistle. Well, that could have been an inadvertent whistle, but that happens. Wow.
That's a bad call.
Well, the coaches are talking over here for Western Branch about the way they're carrying the ball on the run. That time looked like Kecoughtan come away with it, but whistle stopped the play. Gray's got it again.
Hit him right there. You got him.
Got him. Good tackle.
He still may have the first down. They're going to go for it anyway, so.
That's a 4th down. And we know they're going to go. They're not going to punt it. That rumbling you hear in the background is the Kecoughtan fans stomping their feet, trying to egg on this defense to do something here and make a stop.
He's going straight ahead,
I believe he stopped him. Oh, it looked like he got it.
Looked like he got it, yep. But what I love is to watch the officials on each side dance with each other.
Well, you can't go by that way that guy Mark over there.
He's danced 2 different directions already. I'm serious. If you watch him.
I couldn't see him. I got to.
I know. I'm talking about the guy over there. He was down here, then he moved over to the right a little bit.
But he's then yielding to the other one.
I know. Yeah.
They're doing a good job because he's yielding to the guy that's closest.
The one that's closest to the play. Yeah.
I think it's done well. I think he got it.
Oh, yeah. I think he did by a football.
And the jet leaned the whole ground out.
That was a big play.
Big
The
play.
big play was that ball that got taken away.
That was a bigger play. A bigger no play.
Yeah. Well, you can see the Warriors down there on the sideline, Bob. They're talking to each other. They're trying to get each other pumped up.
Yeah.
They are trying to get each other fired up.
He goes Gray again.
Ball out.
Kecoughtan got it. Who is that that got the ball? I can't see, there he is. I get the number.
Can you see it?
Number 13. Three-zero got it, okay. Boykin.
No mistakes.
Got 5 minutes, you just run the offense. That's good.
One step away, buddy. He was one step away.
That's a positive.
Yep. He was one step away.
Picked
They
up
need to make
3.
this drive. Get down there for Mr. Thomas to have a shot at it. That's all I want. Get down there for Mr. Thomas, just like Frank down here keeps saying, folks. 4 minutes to go. Just run your plays. Just run your plays. Oh, no. You should have kept the ball. What was that? Wasn't even smooth. I mean, I don't know what happened.
Well,
it just looked like a mix-up.
Well,
almost.
look at that. It looked like the defense knew what was going on. Nobody blocked on that left side of that offensive line. There were 3 guys in the backfield when he got the ball.
Yeah, here we go. It's got to be a passing situation or punt again.
I look for a pass.
Well, they're going to have to roll him a little bit, I think, this time.
Oh. Every time he sits back there, he is being.
Some going to be.
Delay a game.
It's no way. They're just looking at the clock.
That could hurt you.
I don't know what clock he was looking at, but his Timex was a little bit off, I can tell you that, because there's no way that was.
That was an awful fast.
That's all right. Get down there and run out the clock. Get down there and run out the clock.
Wow. Chris, first time he's had the ball thrown to him tonight. Great catch and run.
Hey, get down there now.
Huh?
And run 3 plays and kick a field goal. Eat that clock.
That's a lot of time left.
That's
in that
what
clock.
I'm saying, but make them use their timeouts. It's first down. Make them use their timeouts.
That's a good point.
Because they're going to have to, if you get them down inside of 2 minutes, they're going to have to go to the air.
Well, if Kecoughtan scores, we're going to have a timeout by Western Branch.
Second time they threw that ball right down the middle to the receiver
Wide open.
Two
Two times in a row. That's the good gentleman we talked about, Frank, 2 weeks ago, that they needed to get a third receiver in the formation, remember? And Chris stepped forward. Number 3, he was kicking at that time too, if I remember correctly.
That's right, he was.
Well, this could be. This is a lot. There's a lot to think about here for both coaches. What surprises me is the coach of Western Branch just called a timeout before a play was run. Now you think about the time on that. It was a Kecoughtan timeout. I'm sorry, I thought it was Western Branch. Okay. Well, it was a good timeout for Kecoughtan so they can get themselves together and get the front press.
Western Branch called a timeout, wasn't it? No. Oh, I thought he pointed the other way. Anyway, Savage is 6 for 11 for 162 yards. But this is good. You need to know where you got to go. You score. That puts the pressure on the other team to score within 3 minutes.
They haven't done all night.
Right. They have moved the ball down 7 minutes to get downfield. That means they're going to have to put the ball in the air. The Kecoughtan scores here.
Kecoughtan needs to run some plays, make them use their timeouts. Threw it out of. Had him open, just led him too far.
He put it the only place that he could catch it, that one of his teammates could catch it.
And he had to get rid of it then. But, I mean, what I don't like is the time that, he saved him a timeout right there.
Right.
He saved him a timeout. I don't know they want to get a touchdown out of this. But my thought process is right now is.
Well, it's 2nd and 10. You can still pick up first down without scoring.
Right. You know Western Branch is coming with everything. Not another.
Western Branch called timeout.
And we have a substitute play on the field. Timeout. This one charged to the Western Branch Bruins.
Okay, you can see the coaches are thinking. Kecoughtan's calling the timeouts. Western Branch is calling the timeouts. A whole lot of strategizing going on.
A whole lot of strategy going on.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Strategizing.
That almost sounds like a country song.
Somewhere somebody can sing here. But, boy, what a game. And is this one of the fastest games we've been around in a while?
I have not seen a game go this fast. But it's been entertaining.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been some positive plays.
Well, one thing I got to say about Kecoughtan is their defensive coaches, coordinator Greg Navard, did a great job at halftime.
Yes, sir.
Western Branch has not scored in the second half.
I'd love to have heard that conversation.
I don't know what he told them, what to do, or what, but they did a great job.
Yeah, it was Western Branch's first half, and so far it's been Kecoughtan's second half.
Yep.
So,
well, how big is it to have Chase Thomas back?
That's exactly what I was.
Available, so you can be a little more creative here on third down or second down, third down, and then go to your kicker when you need.
Yeah, that's what I was saying a minute ago. Let's eat some of that clock, make them use their timeouts, and if we can get it in, fine.
You get down to about the 6-7 yard line.
Clock's still running.
Yeah, that's good.
Just take your time and go down and run it again.
Now he said it at 3 minutes and 10 seconds when he did the thing. So the reason I'm saying that because
I want to see how quick the clock is. Yeah. Now, what a Kecoughtan is going to have to call a timeout. That would
he
be the
might just
smart
call
thing to do.
timeout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get
let him
down
run
to within
down.
about 3 seconds and call a timeout. Then run the play. There you go.
That's not a bad move.
Not a bad move. Go in and run your play, or go for your field goal now. If you have a mistake, you get another shot at it.
I think you take one more shot at it. I think you almost have to.
Just for clock.
Right. But what you do is if you're not sure, you throw the ball where nobody can catch it, but it not be intentional grounding.
We watched that call cost Hampton a game against Heritage. Remember
Yep.
that? So do you put the ball in the air, or you just take it?
Well, you take a knee and he still is.
No, take it up the middle. If you get 2 yards, fine. Make them
Oh, yeah.
get 2 yards, fine. But the thing of it is, if you make them either take a timeout or the clock runs down.
That's right. You run the clock down again or make him take a timeout. Absolutely.
Well, here we go. It's 3rd down and 5 for a first down. 3rd down and 6 for a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken about that.
Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to come after the quarterback. But he's going to run it.
He's
He's going to get
got
a
a touchdown.
touchdown by Fugate. How many touchdowns have Fugate got this year?
So that's like 19.
Because one day you were up here saying that's number 11, that's number 12.
That's number 13.
Great call because they were looking for the pass.
But yeah. Well, Mr. Doug Walter, I want to tell you, you've put on quite a show for your Kecoughtan friends and alumni. Thanks again for making this possible.
Absolutely.
We really do appreciate it. And that's Doug Walter, of course, your attorney at law for family legal needs, personal injury, criminal defense, located at 544 Settlers Landing Road. Give him a call at 826-5000. If nothing else, just say hello and thanks for doing this. And the kick is up.
Oh, got blocked. That could be a big one.
Well, now we can see what Western Branch is going to be able to do in 2 minutes and 24 seconds or whatever. 2:39. There we go. And want to thank the Grey Goose, too, because I'm hoping before Christmas we get to go down there and take the ladies and see a good show and have a good meal.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. We've got to
pick players of the game.
Play of the game. 6 plays, 56 yards.
65 yards.
What did I say?
56. which you got a thing on your nose.
Oh,
so
well, that does that. All right, 6 plays, 65 yards. Is that 7 or 235? I can't read your writing, Frank.
Just to let
That's for the touchdown.
Just to let you know, Mr. Savage has completed passes tonight of 21, 72, and 54 yards.
For a total of 100 and...
I don't know what the total is. You're testing me. 162 total yards passing tonight. All right, now let's see what the strategy is here. That's the strategy. That's right. End zone would be really good right now. But our flag.
I don't know that he's had a...
Yeah, he kicked the first one in the end zone.
No, I'm thinking about the block kick. The blocked field.
Yeah, in the Hampton game, they got one blocked, remember?
Okay, that's right. That's right.
And then they turn around and block.
They turn around and block Hamptons, that's right.
You read my mind.
31 pass completions all year long.
This guy.
The team of Western.
Good kick. Good tackle at the 20. Good tackle. Okay. Well, let's see.
Number 22 got that tackle.
This is big, ladies and gentlemen.
Eric Rosado.
What?
A JV quarterback in 31 receptions over 10 games, so 3 pass receptions average per game.
Well, the quarterback is a JV quarterback, just like you said, Frank.
He has not thrown a pass tonight. He's been able to control this game on the ground. They've got 2 timeouts left. Kecoughtan has 1. 2:34 left to go in the game. And they're going to a spread offense. Going to a spread offense. Got two wide. Got two over here. There's not two defenders over here. There's not two defenders.
Pass complete to the Bruins, number 35, John Carlos Vargas. Tackle made by the Warriors, number 7.
Well, that's a nice, safe
Smart
pass
play,
to
smart
throw
play.
on your first pass of the ball game.
Run a little delay because what did you notice was that there was only one defender on these two
Yeah.
guys over here.
I saw that.
I'm watching the Kecoughtan coaches telling everybody to get back. When they're going back to their normal defense, they see what they've got out of this.
Wow. That was a great call.
Yeah, what was that?
Great call. Looked like it was going to be a run, and the receiver was behind the defense.
The defender made a great play.
The defense ended up making a big play, brings up a 3rd and long.
3rd and about 4.5.
Well, if he could throw the ball farther than 20 yards, he'd have made that completion because the receiver had to slow down. He had him beat.
Yeah.
He couldn't throw it beyond the defense.
Big play here, folks. 3rd down and about 4.
2:19 to go in the game.
Here they go back to the spread. Now let's see what happens over here. Now we've got 3 over here. We've got 3 over here and 2 over there.
Face man.
Are you kidding me?
Brought down by number 23, yes. And there's the flag on the play. Here's Rosado, Christian Alvarado.
Oh, wow, crap.
Big penalty. 2:10 to go.
Well, they haven't used up but about 14 seconds and moved 50 yards. Well, we're all standing up here now, folks. Incidental penalty, so it's not quite as bad, but still, that puts Western Branch in much better position than when they were down on their own 20. Here we go. That's the game.
That could be the ball game because
Right
you got
there.
a minute
That is the
47
ball
to go.
They only have 2 timeouts left. That was a big play by Kecoughtan, ladies and gentlemen. He just read the
Well,
quarterback's eyes.
the quarterback got hit as he was stepping up.
He got hammered, but what I'm saying, that defender was reading him the whole way. And just stepped right in. Yep. What a,
Well, that happens when you're not a passing team, and then you have to pass.
well, let's 3 of us talk about this here, Frank. Stand up here and get in on this microphone. Well,
Stand.
Yours is frozen, mine's cramped up.
hey, Frank, you're too tall. Sit down again. Well, let's talk about this real quick. It's not over. It's a minute and 41 seconds. What do we got to do? We just got to run the ball, don't we? Up the middle. Stay in bounds. That's what he did. Smart play. And he got hit a little late, but yeah.
Clean, very clean game so far.
It
Now
has
we'll see
been.
a little bit of ticky tacky.
Yeah, Western Branch is not happy from a first half where they thought they had this game completely under control. And to come out, and they did, just like the stats showed. But Kecoughtan, like Bob said, they went into that locker room and they came out with a different game plan.
And a different attitude.
And that
Once
first
they
series,
scored on that first 3 plays they had the ball and they scored, you could see the demeanor change.
what we talked about, somebody had to make a statement, and Kecoughtan stepped up and made that statement in the second half. When they came,
We talk about the town tonight, but a few games is scared the dickens out of them all night long. We've listened to these coaches. They have watched number 5, whether he's in the game, whether he's not in the game. Tonight, he had, I know he had kicks over 50 yards for Kecoughtan. He's played very well.
But I have to say, let me just say this. This young man, Mr. Gray for Western Branch, this young man, Mr. Gray for Western Branch, he's a hoss. I mean, my gosh. I don't want to call him mule to be negative, but I ain't never seen one guy carry the ball so many times. He's the deal.
Who do you think player of the game? We got to come up with the player of the game.
Well, we start all over again because of it's the playoffs. I'm gonna give 2 shirts away, and I'll let you guys decide on who they are. On Kecoughtan side.
Savage gets one. The 3 key passes plus the way he kept control
of the game.
Not panic.
I
Right.
got to go with Savage, right?
Okay.
And I was thinking somebody on the defensive side. What do you think?
That was a nice interception right there. But
First playoff win since 1998 for the Kecoughtan Warriors.
Doug Walter, you did good, buddy.
We do appreciate it, Doug.
We really do appreciate it. Not for the last time, but boy, did you bring a nice little thought for Kecoughtan for the first victory since 1998 in the playoffs, and the first time they've been in the playoffs since 2002.
Henderson play call here, 3rd and 4, the minute 21.
3rd and 4 for the Warriors.
You think they go to field goal on the 4th down if they don't make it here?
Well, that would be, to me, would seem to be the way to go. The clock's still running.
They don't have any more timeouts. Because you can take a 5-yard penalty and still be okay for kicking the ball, I think. But you also have to understand that they blocked the extra point. So will that make a difference? Who's you're going to give 2 shirts. Who's the second one go to?
Wow. That's like Frank was saying, they kept an eye on Fugate all night long. They kept an eye. But that was a pretty.
Mitchell played well, good kick.
Yeah.
When they had the ball, they didn't play it poorly in the first half. They just couldn't get the ball that often.
Right. I'm trying to remember some of the defensive ball players that
Well, number 30 came up with the 30 that came up with the
Boykin. What do you think? I like Boykin.
Make it so. We're going to go with Savage and Boykin for player of the game
Yeah,
for
you got
Kecoughtan tonight.
Yep.
All right, well, we will get those shirts over to him this week. And again, we'd like to thank Dave Chubb and Terry McNamara from Tidewater Team Sports for making those shirts possible.
Absolutely.
And thanks to Grey Goose for the food we had tonight, because you sent my favorite, those ham biscuits. Thank you very much.
Next time we'll see each other, probably be the Grey Goose.
I don't know, I'm going to be out here tomorrow looking.
Merry Christmas, darling.
Oh, well, thank you, honey. After hitting me in the nose, you're going to call me darling, huh?
I don't mind you guys talking like that, just don't hold hands. I appreciate it. I'm going down to the other end of the booth now. Well, here we go. He's going to run this, just eat up clock. Is that what he's going to do? Well, I have to tell you, I think that's
Well,
that way you
if-
don't take a chance of the ball getting blocked and anything happening.
And they pick it up and run it.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And they can't stop it. It's going to stop, of course, on their turnover if they don't pick up the
Change
first
of
down.
possession.
Change of possession.
Yeah.
But just run around a while, you know what I'm saying? Yep, all right.
We got 26 seconds to go. What you do is you get them back. You play center field.
Fugate does not pick up the first down, and the ball will go
I watched
to the
that
Bruins.
young man, Greg.
I tell you, it's been a real, and was he just a junior,
Just
Gray,
No, Gray's.
or is he a senior?
I got him right here. He's a
He is?
senior.
Okay, let's see what happens here.
Well, they do have one last chance. You're going to run. You're going to rush 4, and you're going to put 7 back. 4 real deep, 3 in the middle, 4 up
Well,
on
I
the
don't even
line.
know if I'd rush 4. I'd rush the ones on the end and have the 2 in the middle just kind of hang around the line to see what happens. Everybody's going out for this pass except for that lady over the end of the stands. I'm telling you.
She's not going out.
No. we go. Oh, and he dropped the ball.
Well, he wanted to run before he caught it.
Yeah, give him another chance at it, though.
Well, that was 10 seconds that went off.
But did you see the green jerseys closing in on him? I'm telling you what, you look like the last man in Custer's last stand. Everybody gonna get him.
Almost 30 times.
Yeah.
I'm saying I got tired of saying his name. I can't imagine how he feels.
Well,
running
every
30
time well, you could see he's going to get the ball when he made the little move, except for that one pass play that was that great. I thought it was a great call.
Threw behind him a little bit.
15 seconds ago.
Kind of short arm that pass, Frank. Didn't really get a good follow through on it, and he threw behind the receiver. Yeah.
But you got a guy that comes from the JVs that is passing the ball to people he has not passed to before, and they're not a passing team.
You've asked a lot of him tonight.
Yep.
It's kind of an interesting. Their starting quarterback for 10 games did not play tonight, and we had one of our wide receivers that played for Kecoughtan for 10 games who did not play tonight. And so it's been some real changes. We didn't expect to see Mr. Thomas tonight, and he's back. So this should be about the last play. He's throwing it long. And it's an interception again.
That's it, 5 seconds. I tell you, to be down by 14 points.
And look as bad as they did.
And have the ball, how many minutes left? But 6 minutes. 6 minutes in the first half. Come back and win this game.
Didn't have but what, 2 first downs on that first drive.
Well, I think you're right, Bob. Greg Narby with that defensive change there, he and the coaching staff making that change on defense made all the difference in the world. Different ball.
Well, they started putting somebody, that middle linebacker, in there, and where the hole was usually there in the first half, he was already plugging part of it. And the second thing was they started running that end. Whatever end took off to get the ball, usually Gray, you saw the end follow him right into the hole.
I'm impressed with what the coaching staff did tonight, because they could have. It would have been hard to get this team fired up.
Well,
that is the game.
Let me just say this. I have enjoyed this with all 3 of us and the 2 cameramen, but what a great night to be able to do this. Barbara, you got to be happy. That's my wife. She graduated Kecoughtan. Kecoughtan won their first playoff game since 1998 tonight, so you got to be happy, honey. I'm on the way home. Close it out.
I've had a great time, Frank. Appreciate your coming in tonight doing the stats. Grant, it's always a pleasure to do with you. I want to thank the Grey Goose. I want to thank Dave Walder.
Doug
Doug Walder. And also want to thank Tidewater Team
Sports for making this possible.
The final score, Kecoughtan 20, Western Branch 14. Good night, everybody.